Hey guys, welcome to my first ever mid-month budget check-in. So in these videos, I will be sharing with you what's happening with my budget with respect to savings as well as my spending for variable expenses. I won't include fixed expenses unless there's something major that has changed there, but otherwise that will be covered in my budget recap. Hey guys, welcome to Budget with a July Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel I talk about personal finance, specifically sharing tips on how to save, how to invest, as well as how to budget. If these topics interest you, then please hit that subscribe button as well as give this video thumbs up. So as I mentioned, this is my first ever mid-month budget check-in. I do budget check-ins every single day. I'm that type of budgeter. I write down all of my expenses in my budget book, which I bought on Amazon. So I just note everything down there, and then I transfer that information into my budget tracker, which you can find in my Etsy shop. I always have links in the description bar below for my budget sheets. So if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I do have a blog, ajulidreamer.com. You can find me on Instagram, also called A July Dreamer. I have an Etsy shop called Budget with a July Dreamer. I'm trying to keep the theme here with Budget with a July Dreamer or a July Dreamer in general. So like I mentioned, this is my first ever mid-month budget check-in. So I will start my video off. I do have my notes down here, so I will try and put something here or here, I'm not really sure, on the screen. But first off, let's start with pay yourself first. So I believe in the principle of paying myself first, which just means that when I get paid, I send money to my savings and I send money to my investments. So this is how I pay myself first. So with respect to my savings, I said I wanted to put in £1,000, and this is mostly towards my emergency fund. So far in the middle of the month, I have been able to put in £1,261. So this is towards my emergency fund as well as towards my general investments that I have with Plum. So Plum is an app that I use that is connected to my everyday spending account, and then it rounds off all of my spending, to the nearest pound, and then saves that money. So that's what I've been able to do for my savings. So I said I wanted to do £1,000. I've so far in the month done 1,261. Then towards my investment, and this is still part of my pay yourself first, my goal was to invest at least £600. So I wanted to do £100 towards my pension, £100 towards my general investments account, like free trade, eToro, Plum, all of that jazz. I wanted to put £100 towards that, and then £400 I wanted that to go to my ISA that I have with Vanguard. So far in the middle of the month, because I just got paid, I have been able to send £513.57. So £500, £100 has gone to my pension, £400 has gone towards my ISA, and then the £13.57 has actually gone to Coinbase. So after watching Mommy Trader, after reading up on crypto and just watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I am getting a hang of it. I'm getting an understanding of it. So I've just put in my change that normally would have gone to Plum. I've sent that £13.57 towards my crypto. So that's doing really well. I'm happy with what I'm seeing, and I'm not saying I'm going to be putting thousands of pounds in crypto just yet. I'm not yet at that comfortability level, but I have started. So slowly but surely I will be adding crypto to my portfolio. So yeah, watch this space. So for pay yourself first, I wanted to put 1,600, and so far I have been able to add how much? Oof, I can't even count. This is the thing for me. Let me plug in quickly in Excel so I can actually tell you the total how much I've been able to do so far. So that is 1,774.57 towards pay yourself first. Then, like I said, I won't be really including my fixed expenses in here, but I do want to talk about one fixed expense which branches out into two, and this is in relation to my car. So my car insurance was coming up for renewal this month, so it's with my current provider. It ends at the end of this month, and I have been looking since end of August, I think even earlier than that, for a new provider that I could pay off annually. If my current provider was going to give me a good quote, I would have stayed with them because there's nothing wrong with my current provider, but it's just they're expensive. So I found a new provider that will start before this month ends. So I was able to empty my sinking fund for car and pay £426.29 for the whole year. This has been one of my goals, one of my financial goals, because I want to reduce how much money leaves my account every single month and do more annual pay. So for the various types of insurance, my life insurance, car insurance, travel insurance, all of that, I would ideally like to pay them off once a year to cover the whole year, and then save up for that until next time when I have to pay. That is what I'm working towards. So I'm very happy that I had a sinking fund set up for the car, and I've been able to use that money towards renewing my car insurance and paying for the whole year. The next thing that I was expecting to happen September, October, or November, but happened in September, is my car MOT. So this is my first ever car MOT because I bought a new car in 2018, which meant for the first 3 years of my car's life it didn't need any MOT. So it had its first one and it failed. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy, how can you fail? And I knew it was going to fail because I had a broken tail light, but the dealership that I went to, they were quickly, and thankfully they had the part that I required, so they were able to replace that, and that actually just cost me £3 extra on top of what I thought I was going to pay. So I ended up paying £59.31 as opposed to £54 or thereabouts that I'd seen on the government website. So I'm really happy that my car passed and is fit for the road, so until next year. So yeah, that's what I wanted to cover with respect to my fixed expense. So moving forward in my budget track, and I'll mention this in my closeout for September, you won't be seeing car insurance appearing moving forward because I have decided to pay that for the whole year. Okay, so now we'll go to variable expenses, and this is something that in my mid-month check-ins I want to be sharing because this is where, because it's variable, it changes every single time. So I budget a certain amount. Do I stick to it? Who knows? So this is what we're going to go through right now. So starting off with food. So I always budget £200 for food, and for the last 3 or 4 months I actually been spending way less than that. I think, let me have a look at my budget tracker. For last month I actually spent less than, just over £60, so of a budget of £200. So I had just under £140 left, and that's the money, the £100 that I sent straight to my emergency fund, and that's what makes me really happy. If I'm able to come under in certain categories and then move that money towards my savings, that actually makes me so happy. So I was happy that I had that. And for the month of September so far I have actually spent £78.84, and I'll tell you why this is higher so far. So for my first shop, so I have been following the £20 weekly challenge, which means I just spend £20 every single week on my food. That has been a challenge that I've been following. This is why my expenditure when it comes to food has been quite low, because I cook in bulk and then I try to eat up everything before the season changes, obviously because I'm going to be cooking a lot of hearty meals moving forward as the weather changes and all of that. So I've been trying to eat all the stuff that I've frozen, so which meant I've been able to stick to my budget and spend less than £100 every single month. So far we are in week 3. Yeah, week 3, the proper week 2, but week 3 in essence for September, and I have actually spent £16.88. That was for the first week of September. That's just how much I spent. Then the second week of September I spent £26.98, and then I've also spent in the second week I've spent £7.12, and this is because I have decided to be getting my milk from the local dairy. So they deliver every Tuesday and Fridays to my house in a glass bottle. Obviously, trying to be earth friendly here. So I get milk from them as opposed to buying milk during my groceries shopping. So that's what I needed to pay for that, because I started with them back in August, and then I was waiting for them to send me the link to sign up to them and then pay. So I made that payment of £7.12. Then my next expenditure, and this is something that I had cancelled for the last 6 months, but I see the value in it now, is for my food box. I have Gusto, and that's the food box that I used to receive every single month, and I'm gonna go back to that. And I have spent £27.86 for that. So this will cover my meals for next week. So I won't be doing a food shop next week because I've been covered by obviously that Gusto order. But for things like fruits that I normally run out of, if I run out of cooking oil or tomatoes, I would do that shop, but I don't expect that to be the case. Maybe bananas for sure. Yep, so that's for my food budget. Then moving over to miscellaneous, my budget for miscellaneous is 150 for the month, and so far I have spent £137.74. I I don't know if I will survive September without going over my miscellaneous, and I'm trying so hard to not go over this budget, but we shall see. And there's so many reasons why I have spent so much so far. One of them being that I have decided to go back to my gym. So a little backstory: before COVID hit last February 2020, I decided to pay for my gym membership for the whole year. So February 2020 to February 2021. Then we went into lockdown in March, which meant my membership with my gym was put on hold. Then we had some openings here and there, but I didn't attend, so my account was kept frozen until this year, early this year, when it was unfrozen. And now I've run out of the annual that I paid for. I think I ran out of it either last month or the month before. I'm not really sure, but I run out, which means now I have to start paying again for my gym membership. So because I did not budget for this, I put it under miscellaneous. So this is £36.99, which for my budget moving forward, you will see it as a line item. So this is why I have spent already a lot with my miscellaneous. Then I have things like my family members' mobile that I pay for, that sits in my miscellaneous, but that isn't too much anyway. I've bought a couple of apps. Then I have spent something on my credit card that I've paid back using miscellaneous money and all of that jazz. So because of that, my miscellaneous has actually been spent really fast than I normally would have. If I didn't do the gym membership, if I didn't do the credit card and the couple of apps that I've bought, I think I would still be under £100. Actually, no, under £40 if I didn't have all of these other. But yeah, so far in the middle of the month, I have spent £137.74 in my miscellaneous category. So I only have £12.26 left to spend. So wish me luck, guys, because I will need it. Then for my eating in and out budget, I budget £125 for eating in and out. So for eating in and out, I mean when I obviously go to a restaurant or when I order takeaway. So for that £125, I've only been able to spend £5, and I've only spent that £5 in Costa. So I went to Costa today to work because I work from home, and my four walls. So I'm in my office right now. My four walls were driving me insane. So I wanted a little bit of noise. I wanted a little bit of human interaction. So I went into Costa. Sometimes I go to Starbucks, but I like Costa because it's closer. I went into Costa. That's where I worked, and this is where I've been able to spend. So in actuality, I think I spent £4.60, but because I use my Monzo card, it rounded up to £5. So I'm recording £5 because that little 20 pence has actually gone into a little round up pot that I have with my Monzo account. So for eating in and out, I've only spent £5, which means I still have £120. My goal for September is not to spend too much in eating out. I would like to have at least £75 are left in that spending, so I can add it towards my emergency fund. So this is my goal, and I hope that I'll stick to that. Then my other variable account our line item, is shopping. I budget £65, and so far I have spent £52 and 23 pence. And again, with this one, I did shop for, what did I buy? I bought, oh yes, I went to the dentist, and they encouraged me to stop using my manual toothbrushes because they're not really doing much for my teeth. So I bought an electric toothbrush on Amazon, and that cost me £42 and 98 pence. You guys, I didn't know electric toothbrushes were this expensive. I saw one which I really liked, but it was like £150. Like, you are having a laugh. So I went for one that fit my needs, was recommended by my dentist, and wasn't that expensive. So it cost me £42 and 98 pence. Then I did have to buy a couple of things for my trip with the girls at the beginning of the month to the Lake District, so I spent £10.25. So the total of that came to £52 and 23 pence, which means I only have £11 and 77 pence left to spend before the end of the month. I hope I won't have to spend that, so I can add that towards my savings as well. You can see the theme here. It's my goal for variable spending is whatever I don't spend, I would like to add towards my emergency fund so that I can reach that goal quicker, so I can start tackling other financial goals. Then the final variable item that I have and I want to share in this mid-month check-in is fuel. I budget £60, and so far in the month of September, I have not yet needed to top up my car. I still have enough fuel to use to run around my area, so I haven't been able to use that money yet. But this weekend, because it's my mom's birthday, I will be traveling to see my parents, so which means I will be tapping into that fund and spending some of this money. My hope is not to spend all of the £60, but if I need to, I will. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share with respect to my mid-month budget check-in. Again, moving forward, the focus will be on pay yourself first, which is obviously savings, and also my variable spending. I will not be covering fixed expenses, and I will not be covering sinking funds, because fixed expenses and obviously all of the other categories will be included in my monthly budget closeout, and then I do separate video for sinking fund updates. So this is why these categories won't be included in my mid-month check-in unless there's something significant that has happened that I need to speak about in these monthly check-ins, and then I will, but otherwise I shall not be including them moving forward. Let me know what you think of this type of video. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.